goal scorer's goal, James. I mean, that's some sick skill in tight. And how about the patience to pull the goaltender out of the net and just slide it by? That's some silky hands.
Team Switzerland's quick strike here in the opening minute has left this crowd in a bit of a daze.
Well, my nose was in the lineup card, James. That's how fast it happened. I mean, the opening minute of the game, and they get on the board. This is a perfect execution and the perfect start for them.
Now pay attention this time. Absolutely levels them.
You want to send a message to your opponent early in the game, and that early delivery of a bone-crushing hit, that does just that.
Easy save by Grubauer.
Sometimes when you have no time to think, you make these types of saves. I mean, there's no hesitation here, just simply reaction to be able to make it.
And that's picked up by Kukin. Quick feed to Hischier. Fires it. Phenomenal kick save.
I don't think we talk often enough about the skill of balance on your edges. I mean, he is able to manipulate because he is so strong. He's able to hold on to the puck even though the defenders are right on him.
Moves it quickly over to Fiala. Feeds it to Brandt. Team Germany's got control of it now from their own end. Makes a move in front. And he opts to wait for more support. Team Germany's going to play the puck from behind the cage. Sends a pass over. Grabs possession of the puck. And that goes off a player in front. Scooped up along the wall by Fiala. And now he moves it to Riot. Team Switzerland's playing it from the side. Team Germany's got possession of the puck. Oh, and he cracks it perfectly in the open line. Makes a save. Gets a piece of it with the glove.
Grubauer is all over that shot. Makes an incredible save, getting to the top of his crease quickly. Because that shot, it came fast and in a hurry from the slot.
Fiala stick handling in his own zone. Sends it across the ice. And they keep the pressure on. Team Germany's got a hold of it against the wall. Germany's going on the attack as they gain the zone. Sends a pass in front. Picked off in front. Grabbed along the boards by Riat. Grabs the puck in the defensive zone. And he takes the feed. And now it's over to Riot. Knocked away. Picks up the puck in his own end. And he serves it across to Szymanski. Ref's arms in the air. We got a penalty coming up. Whistle blows, stopping the play.
Up by one, and you take a penalty, applying some pressure to the PK unit here as the power play has an opportunity to get the equalizer.
As they step into the face-off circle, let's see if they can take advantage on this power play.
A power play that can even the score here, James. It is massively important that they create some kind of momentum in their favor on this one.
That save, you gotta be better than that. Goaltender covers it up. We get a whistle to slow things down. Hischier's ready for the draw as they continue to be shorthanded here. Germany's got it, and they're on the attack. Hammers it on net, and he stops that cannon there. Wow! Shot deflected, and it gets a 1-2 wall. Puck is frozen, and we get a stoppage in play. Still some precious time left on this power play as they get set to drop the puck. Germany's got the puck inside the offensive zone. And it's stopped by the glove. Nice play there. Goaltender covers up and will get a face-off. Hischier's gliding in for the face-off as this penalty kill will continue. Team Switzerland's got it in the defensive zone. Germany's gained possession. Quick pass to Reichel. trying to get something going here with this man advantage as they start from their own end. Puck scooped up by Wagner. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Takes the puck as the clock ticks down on the penalty kill. And the puck clears the zone. Germany's got the puck. Moves the puck. Coming to the slot. How did he stop that one?
I love how aggressive he plays the shooter on the inner slot here, James. He knows that he's got to take away the net, so he gets out and challenges to make the save.
Takes it and looks ahead. Team Germany's got it along the wall. A game of inches, and he puts it off the outside of the post.
Reichel's got to be so frustrated, James. He's hit the bar a number of times tonight. Just when he thinks it's going to go in, here's the medal.
Gaining momentum in the offensive end. Team Germany's got the puck in the corner. Scores! They've tied it up. Opportunity knocking, and they take advantage of the power play.
Well, you spend so much time in practice working on it because you want to have different layers to throw off the PK units, and I thought they did a real effective job reading what they were giving, and then they were able to bury it. Well, this is just a fantastic play on the rebound, just showing great hands in tight to be able to catch and release that puck high and get a goal.
Team Germany's even things up, and Cheryl, given how early it is in this game, I like the direction it's going.
Yeah, it's a jarring start, right? You wind up behind the 8 ball right away. It's not the start that you would have wanted, but your response is key. You got to have your veteran leadership stand up. You got to find a way to assert yourself into the game. They did it.
Here's a chance! And it comes off one of his teammates in front. That's some good footwork to kick it away. Slides it up ahead for the right wing. And he takes the dish. That knocks him off the puck.
Well, cross-checking is the call here, and that's going to be the pounder special. Anytime you move your hands away from your body and you get your opponent, you know it's going to be called every single time.
And the man advantage unit comes out to go to work.
First power play opportunity for this team is going to start the face-off circle, getting possession with the win, and then looking to set up.
He's won the face-off deep in their own end. Trying to get it out of the zone.
That's an unlucky bounce as the shooter is driving in and just sees an opening, but unable to convert as it goes off of the pipe and out.
And a great save! In front of the net, the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. They'll be looking to keep that momentum going here in the face-off.
After that last shift, James, where they really press, they want to continue right there, get pucks to the net, because this goaltender will not want to battle net front. He's outworked already.
Gets it out of his own end. Switzerland's going to play the puck from behind the cage. Looks to pass it to Fiala. Moves it around along the half wall. Along the boards, they battle for the puck. From one point man to another. Takes the pass. Trying to clear the zone. And that's one way to help kill off this penalty as they get the puck out, Cheryl.
Well, when you're on the PK unit, you have to be able to anticipate. They do just that. They're able to retrieve the puck and fire it down the ice. Makes no mistake on the clear, James. Hard and heavy on the stick.
Looks to set up at the point now. Avoids the poke check and maintains possession. And they clear that puck.
Mulligan stick breaks, and he's launched back to the bench and gets a new one. Wow, he gets back into the play quickly.
They gain possession here inside the neutral zone. They score! A power play goal puts them in front.
There's critical junctures of the game where your specialty teams have to come up huge, and they do here, and they break the tie. I like that the shooter had the mentality, just shoot it right away on the inside of of the post, just recognizing that there was enough of an opening, and I think that the goaltender thought it was covered.
Team Switzerland's gone in front by a goal here in the first.
Well, I really like the way they've competed here, James. They get the go-ahead goal, but they got to find a way to continue to attack. You got to play with killer instinct, especially when there's so much time left.
Takes the feed in the middle of the ice. Receives the pass. Heischer's got it against the boards. Takes a shot. Oh, he didn't get off of it, but just enough to keep it out of the net.
Well, these are the saves when you know that your goaltender is dialed in, James. The ability to get to the top of the crease and be square to the shooter, that's a great save.
Oh, that has some heat on it. He makes the save. There's the whistle as the puck stopper elects to hang on.
Let's have a look at that last save again. It was absolutely incredible. You're under pressure, you're under attack, really under siege, and you find a way to get to the puck. This is the stuff that champions are made of.
Inching closer to the midway mark of the period. Team Switzerland's got a one-goal lead. And momentum on their side as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone.
Well, you can't worry about what happened in the game, James. It's all about what you do now. Staying in the present. That's exactly what they've done, and they've got the equalizer. Well, this is a hard-working goal as well, James. You got to fight for that inner area of the ice, you know, and when you're in that low slot area, it ain't easy to get to that spot. And then when that puck is on your stick, you know that you're going to come into some heavy traffic. Great job to find the back of the net.
Germany's got to be feeling good about their game once again, evening the score so quickly.
Yeah, and that's a counterpunch, right? And that's what the coach wants to see. You can get down by one, you're in a deficit, but you don't dig the hole deeper or further down. You find a way to be assertive. What I like about their game is they found a way to get physically engaged, and with that has come more opportunity.
And he takes the feed. Across the line and on the attack. Shot! Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. Battling for it along the boards. Quick pass to Adrian. Oh, what a save with the glove by Grubauer. Play ready to resume as everybody lines in for the face-off. While the centers are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Carries it across the line. Slides it across. Scores!
That's fast, James. A pair of goals in 40 seconds.
Quick response back-to-back here, and the team is humming.
Yeah, and talk about putting your opponent on their heels. When you have speed and numbers off of the rush, you push your opponent back. Some sagging D that opens up space to move the puck either in front or shoot it, James. I just love the play off the rush.
Team Germany's taken a one-goal lead here in this opening stanza. And how does this now change the complexity?
I think the coach wants to manipulate their bench now that they have dictated pace change. But if you're an elite athlete, you're always pushing for more. One certainly isn't enough. You don't have enough runway to sit back and say, hey, you're going to coast this one in.
Takes the feed. With possession along the wall. Steps inside. Drops off the puck. Team Switzerland's got it in their own zone. With possession along the wall. Team Germany's gained possession along the boards. Unable to reach that one. Team Germany's got a hold of the puck. And things start to ramp up a little bit now on the ice with that play. Team Switzerland's looking to break out. Takes a shot. Makes a save.
Grubauer is able to make that save look easy, James. It's because he gets to the top of his crease, he cuts down his angles, and then he can redirect it to safety.
Passes it over.
Grubauer's last save was outstanding. He knew exactly where that puck was going to go. That's anticipation at its finest, to be able to get to the right spot, know where that puck is coming from, and make a high-grade A save.
Still a lot of time left in the period as we approach the midway mark. 3-2 is where we sit. It's a one-goal game in what has been a very fun contest to this point. Tries to get the puck to Reichel. Into the offensive zone. Switzerland's got the puck. Steps across the blue line. Handles the pass. Oh, he made the save! How did he stop it?
I have no idea, James. I mean, he was down and out, but profound athleticism and desperation got him back in to make it.
Made that stop. Heischer's exploring options with the puck. Oh, huge hit against the wall. You know that one.
Well, and that's a tone setter. That's sending a message to every player on your team. Get involved physically. Pay them.
And it goes off the air and it stays on. They've really got him on their heels here now. Scores! That's how you put it in the back of the net.
They come from behind here, James, to get the equalizer, and they created some much-needed momentum. They stayed with the game plan, and they've been rewarded for their efforts. On a deflected shot, everyone always talks about the stick positioning. How about the timing to get to the slot area as well, and the ability to just tap it down and redirect it?
Team Switzerland's quickly erased that one-goal deficit here in the first.
Yeah, they found a way to have that counter punch to get on the board as well here, James. And that can be tough to do when you don't get the start you wanted. You know, you're all pumped up in the dressing room. When you come out, you just don't have it. You got to chip away at it. That's what they've done throughout the period, and they wind up getting goals.
Germany's got the puck in the defensive end. On the attack along the boards. Fires it on net. Oh, he gets it. Good enough to make a great save. And some nice footwork to free the puck up to his teammate. Puck is frozen and we'll get a face-off. Past the halfway mark of this period, the next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Holmgren's won a big draw on their own end. Takes the feed. Team Switzerland's got the puck behind the net. Oh, what a save!
Not much to say after that one, James. I'm actually at a loss for words. That was huge.
Play continues here, but this crowd still buzzing after what we saw. What a stop that was.
Yeah, and they're saying thank you to the goaltender right now, James. They're still on their feet. They're electric right now. And really, it's a nice feeling. Why? Because it doesn't always go this way. So when you have it, you embrace it.
Here's a short pass to Cahoon. Getting a little physical there with that collision. Cuts into the paint. Blocked in traffic. Here's a backhander. Oh, what a save in front. He says, let's get physical on that play. And he makes the save. From the right side, moves it up ahead. Team Switzerland's got the puck against the half wall. An easy save by Grubauer. Oh, they put it up and over the net.
You work so hard to get your eyes on the net. He sees some daylight. He goes for it, but it's a little too fine, and it's up and over.
Switzerland's trying to make something happen in the offensive zone. Great positioning by the defender. Shakes off the defender with some nifty moves. Heischer's got it in the offensive zone. Moves it to Siegenthaler. That's blocked. Shoots, moves the puck. Team Germany's across the blue line. Quick shot. Glove save.
Such an impressive save, James, and I'd love to look at these ones again because it's not just being in great position, it's being desperate. It's finding a way to get to the puck, keeping your eye on it at all times, tracking it, out-battling and out-willing everyone around you.
More than half the period has expired, It's all tied up. Switzerland's got a hold of the puck. Tenacious battle for the puck along the wall. Team Germany's got the puck along the boards. Slides it diagonally to Sider. And a nice takeaway in the defensive end by Andrighetto. Moves the puck along the half wall. Oh, tremendous reflexes with the pad. What a stop by Grubauer. Takes the puck at the point. What a steal in his own end. Switzerland's in now. Takes the puck behind the net. Takes the feed at the point. Quick feed to Andrighetto. Team Germany's got the puck along the wall. Now into the offensive zone from the right side. Here's a shot. And he's got the answer for that one. And he takes the pass. Switzerland's got it in their own zone. Up along the wing. Shot. And there's the save.
Grubauer's helping his team with his rebound control and really keeping the puck away from the front of the net and cleaning up the trash.
Slides it up front. Germany's got the puck against the boards. Get caught the inside of the post. Officials are in position, and both teams are getting ready as they get set for another face-off here. Switzerland's won the defensive zone draw. Takes the feed at center and moves forward. Slides it across. And that shot gets blocked by one of his own teammates. Team Switzerland's got a hold of it along the wall. Along the boards, they battle for the puck back and forth. Team Germany's got it in their own zone. That's a solid check on the play. Spectacular stop by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
What a save. I mean, how quick do you have to be able to get on that puck, James? Anytime it's in the low slot, you've got to be on your toes, and that's exactly what he was to be able to make the save.
Denies him again. Slides the puck over. Dishes it off. From the point, they take control of it. Team Switzerland's got a hold of the puck. Great pass from off the right side. Picking up ahead of steal. On the breakaway. Turns it aside on the breakaway. Ho, ho, ho.
Well, you can tell that he didn't lose his cool with this one-on-one battle. Real quiet, feet in the crease, technical movements, and makes that huge save.
Well past the midway mark of this period, we got a tie game. And they win the draw here in their own end. Moved up ahead after a nice pass from the right wing. Shot! And the goal touch. And with that strike, they got in front.
Well, I really like their game tonight. I mean, you always have to manage the ebbs and flows. When you grind away and you continue to trust the process, you get opportunity, and they converted on it. I just love these types of goal games. I mean, you can see the energy on the bench, the coach, everyone is uplifted because these are dirty areas. These are tough areas. These are competitive, will-type goals, and he finds the back of the net because he was willing to pay the price.
Team Germany's got a one-goal lead after that strike here in the first.
Well, it's all about quick strike, and now they've got the go-ahead, so they know that they can be confident with the puck, but they certainly can't sit back and protect it.
Great heads-up play in the neutral zone by Fiala.
Team Switzerland's working hard in all areas of the ice. Defense is structure, and it needs to happen in all three zones. When you're talking about stick positioning, you're doing a great job of taking away passes.
Handles the puck at the point. He scores! What a goal!
A pair of goals just 20 seconds apart.
Sure, Here in the late stages of this frame, Germany's got a 2-goal lead. They'd love to build on it. Team Germany's won the draw in the neutral zone. Here's a shot. Gets a piece of it to make the save. Streaking through center, they go on the attack. Here's a chance. Oh, and he's dialed in tonight. What a save on that one. Germany's looking to break out. Moves the puck into the attacking area. Fires it into the offensive zone. Angles it over to Knack. Here's a chance on the attack. And the traffic jam in front blocks the shot. Into the attacking end. Team Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. And it's kicked away. Moves it quickly over to Kukin. There's the whistle, icing the call. Big face-off looming. Face-off looming as both centers get into position. Switzerland's got the win off that draw. Max crossed the line and is on the attack now. Puts it on net. Oh, he gets a blocker on it. What a stop by Grubauer.
Great positioning by the goaltender to redirect it to the corner, getting it out of danger.
Shot with the stop. Team Switzerland's got possession of the puck. And he sends it across to Knack. Shakes off the coverage. Feeds it over. Oh, and somehow he gets a sliver of it and keeps him at bay.
I really like the save, James, because he challenges the shooter who's all alone in the slot area. He turns aside a real dangerous opportunity.
An attempt to clear the puck from deep inside his own end. Look at this. They're going to keep playing here.
It's a 200-foot play, and coaches certainly love this. You keep your feet moving, and now you don't have a face-off in your own zone. Instead, the play is alive in the offensive end.
Oh, they telegraph the pass, and he picks it off. Team Switzerland's got control of it now from their own end. Along the right wall and into the offensive end. And the puck leaves the zone. Sends the pass over. Team Switzerland's got the puck in their own end. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Solid hit on the play, and that knocks the puck off his stick. Szymanski's taking it from his own end. Germany's got it along the wall. Fires it! Denied by the goaltender. Team Switzerland's got a hold of it against the wall. Oh, and he drops it perfectly in the offensive end. Switzerland's got it across the line. Quick snap! Oh, what an insane stop by Grubauer.
Oh, what a save there, James. I mean, that's situational awareness at its finest, knowing exactly where the threat is in that slow slot and taking all the space away.
Team Switzerland's had a lot of jump to their game so far here this evening, but yet they still trail here late in the opening frame. Malkin's won the faceoff here in the offensive zone. Stones it in front.
Love the way the goaltender gets tight to the shooter here. The puck's in the low slot. You want to take away time, you want to take space. Goaltender does it, makes a save.
Late goings of this period. 5-3 is where we sit. They take possession as he locks him up off the faceoff. Takes it across the blue line. Sends a pass over. And the shot dies in the traffic jam. Quick pass to Malkin. Cuts to the point. Team Germany's got a hold of the puck now. Moves it on over to Sider. Can't keep a hold of it as he's jostled off the puck. Grabs it in his own end. Puck sent over to Meyer. Here's a short pass to Fiala. And now he tries to get it across to Meyer. Team Switzerland's got the puck against the boards. Suber's got it in the defensive end. Slides the puck across to Schutz. Germany's in on the offensive attack now. Takes a shot, and he gets it to keep it out for the back of the net. Moves it over to Meyer. Switzerland's got the puck along the wall. Shot! That's gloved by Grubauer.
One of the most difficult things to do in hockey is manage the pulse of the game. And when you're trailing, you got to find ways to get back in it, to fuel, to ignite yourself, to push and dictate pace. Well, that hit right there is sending a very clear message that they're still in it.
Team Switzerland's generated a lot of scoring chances here in the first, but they still find themselves trailing late. Reichels won the draw deep in the defensive zone. And he takes the feed. Less than a minute to go here in the opening frame. Came up with the save on that play. Team Switzerland's working the transition through the middle of the ice. Takes a shot. Stones him with the blocker. Slides it to Suber. Takes the feed up ahead. Moves it to Reichel. And not much on that one. Moves the puck. Team Switzerland's through center and now in the offensive end. Good save. And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. Officials are set. Players seem ready. We're ready to get this thing back underway. And they win the offensive zone face-off, and here we go. Gets in front of it by laying out. Inside the offensive end now down the left. Skates to the crease. Big save.
Listen, Jane, the shooter's in the slot. This is as high danger as it can get, and he challenges. He's set, ready to go in great position, and makes the save as a result.
Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. Shuts him down. Fires it on net. And that concludes the first 20 minutes of play. Second period action. Stick around.
In hockey history, you can find it on our website, voted on by you, our fans.
We are about ready to get underway here for the second period. Puck is dropped in the second stanza. Let's see if that action carries over from the first. Play is called for offside. Switzerland's had the scoring opportunities. They just haven't been able to capitalize as they continue to trail. And they take control of the puck here in the neutral zone. Picked up along the wall by Meyer. Team Germany's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Oh, and he completely muffs the shot. Picked up along the boards by Kukin. Plays the puck up ahead. Skates across the blue line. And he takes the dish.
dictate the tempo of the game, especially when he hasn't been busy. He's engaging right now.
We're still in the early stages of this period. No shortage of offense on display tonight on the ice. It's a 5-3 game. Great defensive play to break it up.
Switzerland's been working hard all night, James. They've been intercepting pucks. They've had great stick position, and it's been a defensive clinic. They've got to find ways to get to the other side of the puck and generate some offense.
And the centers glide towards the dot here as we got a face-off set to go. Mulligan's won the draw here, and they'll go on the attack. Big time stuff there.
Grubauer's been really sharp tonight, James, and just have a look at his save percentage, and he's making the stops that he needs to.
So that was a beauty.
True competitors know what it takes to be hard on a puck, James, and this is a perfect example of hounding, being tenacious, and then getting the puck and doing something with it. So going from a defensive point to an offensive point and producing.
Team Switzerland suddenly made this a lot more intriguing here in this second period.
I know it's cliche, James, but the game is 60 minutes. It's only the second, and they've got themselves within one. A lot of runway to go.
Quick shot! Denies him with the save! Loose puck battle along the boards. And they come up with possession off that battle. Switzerland's gained the line and into the zone. And he takes a shot. Redirected off one of his own line mates there. Grubauer's going to give everyone a chance to breathe and hang on to the puck. Switzerland's looking to convert on some of these chances. They've had plenty of opportunities, but have been snake-bitten thus far. Germany's got possession here in their own end. Takes the pass. They're picking up steam through the neutral zone. Loves the puck into the offensive zone corner. Stopped by the goaltender. Switzerland's got the puck. Long lead pass into the neutral zone.
First pass leads to the offense. That's a great one.
From behind the net. Can't hang on after that hit. Lets it go from the slot. And a great save. Back to the point it goes. And there's another stop.
Bernie's last play was a tough one, James. He loses his balance, which makes it difficult for him to corral the puck and get it off with precision, but he makes the play.
Here's a shot. And he catches that one with the glove.
I'll tell you what, James, that ain't incidental contact. That was intentional, certainly trying to really drive that body and separate the player from puck.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. Germany's got a 5-4 lead here in what has been a thrilling display of offense. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Grabs the puck. Sends it to the middle. And he shuts down a great scoring chance there. Makes another stop.
Goaltender, they have to have talent, they have to have mobility, and they have to be able to track the puck, but they have to have a willingness to find it and fight for any second shot, and that's exactly what happens here. Out-battling, out-willing, and you make the save.
After all sorts of chances, they got another big face-off looming here.
Well, and the goaltender, I mean, he's been standing tall in the net. He's doing everything to keep the opponent at bay, but they've got the offensive zone face-off. They want to strike now while the iron is hot, and they've had to sustain pressure.
Team Switzerland's got it in the offensive zone. Shot! Spectacular kick save there. Quick pass across to Schutz. Puck grab by Sider. Oh, set that hit up perfectly. Slides the cross-ice pass. Team Switzerland's got the puck in the defensive end. Sends it into the offensive zone. Germany's gained possession along the boards. Through center. Along the half wall with the puck. enters the zone. They'll be forced to leave as well. Receives the pass.
Cahoon's had such an impressive night offensively. You know that's his wheelhouse as he loves to have the puck on his stick. He creates, he's confident with it, and he's got a multi-point game.
Lots of time left in this period. Team Germany's leading by 1. They're up 5-4. Team Switzerland's going to start with the puck in their own end. Through the neutral zone now, picking up steam. Germany's got the puck. Sends it ahead to Reichel. And now he angles it across to Cahoon. Shot! Blocked in front. Quick feed to Fiala. Switzerland's got it against the boards. Huge steal at his own end. And he takes the feed. Tried to make a move and the puck hops away. Puck set down the ice. We'll get an icing. Switzerland's looking to get one back here as they continue to trail early in the second period despite leading in the shots department. Off the face-off, they take the puck. And the puck stopper hangs on to get a breather here for the team. Both teams readying here for the face-off. Switzerland's won the draw. And he easily stops that one. We'll get a face-off after the puck stays covered up. Team Switzerland's won the face-off deep in their own end. Switzerland's ready to go on the attack.
Meyer's looking to complete the hat trick. He's got 2 in the game. He's looking for his third.
Takes the feed. And the puck departs the zone. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Here's a shot. Turned aside with the glove by Grubauer. And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play. Lots of time left in this period. 9 goals and counting so far. It's 5-4. Heischer's won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone. Here's a shot. Comes up with the stop. Takes the feed at the back end. Oh, they do it again. And look at this. They really ratcheted up the intensity here. Oh, clutch save right there. They are really putting on the heat in the ozone. Dishes it off. Another feed. Oh, hit on the play. And they'll skate it out of the zone. Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. Gains the zone. And a good use of the body to knock the puck loose. Ulrich breaks up the momentum. And he gives it over to Seider. Handles the puck. Look at this. They've got some bodies here on the attack. Takes the pass to the offensive zone. Too much congestion. Blocks the shot. Moves it quickly over to Meyer. Dishes it to Mogan. Oh, and some smooth skating to lose the defender there. Germany's got control of it now from their own end. Makes the save. On the backhand. Oh, he denies him again.
Well, he's been under siege. I'm loving his complete level. I mean, he's making consecutive saves one after another.
Germany's got it in their own zone. Across the line from center. Switzerland's got the puck in their own end. Picking up steam in the offensive zone. Sends it over. Taken by Suber. And he's knocked off the puck there. Suber's lugging the puck. Here's an on-man rush. From his own end, he picks up the puck. Moved up ahead here in the neutral zone. Team Germany's got the puck. Scooped up along the wall by Seider. whistle as the goalie hangs on. Team Switzerland's trailing at the midway mark of this one, but it's not for a lack of scoring chances. All sorts of shots, just no finish. They win the draw and go on the attack. And he makes the save with ease. And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here. More than half the period left to play. We've got a 5-4 game. Team Switzerland's taking possession in their own end. On the attack, they come down the right wing. Here's a chance. Great chance and an even better save. Handles the pass. Team Germany's got it along the wall. Puts it on net. Stopped by the goaltender. Switzerland's got the puck along the boards. Here's a shot.
Such a position here. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to make that second save, James, but it's pure athleticism that gets the job done.
Looks like lineups are set. They're ready to get things back underway. Off the draw, they take possession. Moves it over to Andrighetto. Quick pass to net. Textbook stop by Grubauer.
Rebound control is critical in the game of hockey. Putting it to the corner, and now the offensive player has to hound the puck.
Takes the feed. Team Switzerland's got possession here in the offensive zone. Team Germany's got the puck along the wall. Here's a short pass to Cajon. Moves the puck over to Reichel. Oh, he had the answer on that one.
Let's have another look at that monster of a hit there, James. You got to love it. You have to have great timing, and you got to know when your opponent's vulnerable.
Team Switzerland's had a lot of good looks on net, but they continue to trail here in the second. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. Shot! Oh, and he's... Oh, it's in! It's in the net! It's in the net!
I think he makes a really good read here, James. He anticipates the play well and gets himself square to the shooter, but unfortunately, this one hits him, and he seems to be a little leaky because it finds its way to the back of the net.
Team Germany's on a roll tonight. Now they've extended the lead to 2.
They're on a roll, and you can see it in their body language, the way they're communicating on the bench. When you're winning and you're feeling it, everything's alive.
Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. That goes wide.
Coaches often measure scoring chances, and he does a real good job to get to that spot, but he will be disappointed. It's so difficult to get to. You want to convert when you get there.
Moments away from the face-off. Let's get back to the action. Malgin's won the draw here in the offensive zone. What a steal in his own end.
When you're trailing in a game, sometimes you try and do too much. You're overly aggressive, and you try and do a high-risk, high-reward play, and that's exactly what happens here. Unfortunately, it goes the other way.
Germany's got it behind the net. Goaltender covers it up, and we'll get a reset here. Team Switzerland's effort at some point has to pay off. They've had plenty of scoring chances, but they still trail in this one. Switzerland's won the defensive zone draw. Tries to get it over to Bryant. And the puck's kicked free. Grabbed along the boards by Malgin. Into the offensive end now. Here's a shot for the boards. That opportunity's rejected. And the puck's knocked loose. Team Germany's got it in their own zone. With possession along the wall. Here's a chance, sends it in front. Oh, off the iron. Key to the middle. And he denies that great opportunity there. Team Switzerland's got the puck now. Through the neutral zone and along the boards, here they come. Broken up with the stick in the defensive zone. Team Germany's moving it up the ice. He got all of that hit. Team Switzerland's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Looks like we got a penalty coming up here. Oh, what a hit, you might say. They reached the end of the road.
Certainly, James, and these are the ones that the coach loves. They always say play on your toes, play assertive. Well, this play displays that, right? Closing quickly, being aggressive, great spacing, line up your check, hammer against the wall. When you elect to cross-check, you're sending a message to your opponent, but if the official is there, guess what? You're going to march your way to the box. Well, I really like them working off the 1-3-1 sequence that they were successful on earlier, James. It really opens up the ice, so you're using and stretching the entire zone. And listen, there's a lot of ice for the defense to cover. So you can look to the flanks, you can look to the bumper, but a lot of options off of it.
And that's a solid clearing attempt on the play. Team Switzerland's got a hold of it along the wall. They go on the attack from the left side. There's the collision, and look who's hit again.
Well, he's been a punching bag tonight, James. He's going to have to find a way to get out of the way. So I love what he's trying to do here, James. He wants to separate the body from puck, and that's exactly what you got to do. You got to play with a competitive edge and an intensity.
Chance to reset here on the draw on this man advantage. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Oh, the thievery coming up with the puck on the play. Knocked away in the offensive zone. Sends it over to Cajon. Reichel's going to play it against the half wall. Denies him! And we get a whistle as the goaltender decides to hang on to this one.
Grubauer's been so difficult to beat tonight. I mean, he's been so athletic and desperate in his net. I mean, just when you think it's going in, he steals it and takes it away, and that's going to uplift his entire group. He is the energy provider tonight. He needs everyone else to start stepping it up and get out of their zone.
Can they capitalize on this power play? Here comes the face-off. And they take possession after the defensive zone face-off. From the left side, they gain the zone. Here's the pass. Oh, a spectacular save right there. Wow!
Unbelievable. I mean, it was all but in, and he steals it because of that last-ditch attempt to find the puck. Just incredible save, James. When the emotion elevates after a save like that, James, and even on replay, it's happening again for me. I mean, that was absolutely unbelievable. Everyone's standing on their feet. They cannot believe that he made that save.
Szymanski's side still short-handed here as they slide in for the face-off. Well, that's one way to win the draw as he skates away with the puck after the two centers were tied up. They'll get set to drop the puck as this power play continues. Team Germany's got a hold of the puck. Germany's looking to break out. And they get the puck out of harm's way. Team Switzerland's got a hold of it against the wall. On the attack along the boards. Team Germany's going to be able to kill a few seconds off there with the puck. Nice job to escape the zone. Long pass into the neutral zone.
Great vision to see that stretch pass.
Oh, I thought he was going to be beaten, and he somehow got a piece of that. Save made by the goaltender. ready for the draw as they will continue to try to kill off this penalty. Team Germany's got the puck after winning the defensive zone faceoff. Puck cleared from the defensive end. Time running out on this power play. They've got one last chance here. Fires it, and he gets in front of that one.
Well, he didn't flamingo there, and if you want to be on a PK, you got to make sure that you get to those shooting lanes hard and fast. Stutzla's penalty is almost expired.
Play is blown dead with the offside. Switzerland's trailing in this one, but it isn't for a lack of effort. They've had all sorts of scoring chances tonight. Power play has expired.
Really like that power play sequence, James. The way they were moving puck and controlling the play, they came up to a hot goaltender.
Takes control of the puck. Germany's got it in their own zone. Moves around along the half wall. Oh, and that's just on the side of the net.
Well, this is a product of the game being so fast. James just wants to get rid of it and fires it wide.
The centermen glide into position. Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. And it goes off a stick and off to the side. Through center along the wing. Offside the call. We'll get a face-off coming up. And they take possession. Nice job tangling him up on the draw. Team Switzerland's on the attack. Stopped by the goaltender. In front of the net, and the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. Team Switzerland's won the draw, and they'll go to work. Scoops up the puck now. Carries it in. Moves it in front. Great defensive play to pick off the pass. Takes a shot. And too much traffic in front blocks that one. Along the wing up the neutral zone. Moves the puck along the half wall. And it cuts up with a stop there. Germany's playing it from the side. Team Germany's got the puck against the wall. Big time stop. Switzerland's on the attack. Oh, and he just puts it wide of the net. Grubauer's got the puck, and he's going to hang on.
Well, that's how you get a puck, James. I mean, you recognize the timing it takes to meet your opponent right at the right time. And I mean, that's just an explosive hit, gets the job done.
Switzerland's got to find a way to break on through. They've had plenty of shots on net, and yet they trail here in period number 2. Puck is dropped, and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. And now he moves it to shoots. Strong use of the body. They put the puck into the offensive end. Dishes it to shoots. Grabs the puck. And he handles the cross-ice pass. This one. Oh, a clutch save. Oh, there's one more. Back-to-back saves.
He makes some consecutive saves there. He's got to be wondering where his defense are. I mean, how about a little help?
Now over to shoots. Takes a shot. And he was ready for that save.
You know the goalie's dialed in when he redirects the puck to the corner.
And now it's grabbed by Zuber. Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. Here they are on the attack. And that's deflected off someone in front. Shuts them down. Good check, frees the puck up. Tries to get it to Sider. Ahead of steam now towards the front. Drills them. Puts it on net. Denies it in front. Oh, what a little stick lift on the play. He comes up with the puck. Angles it along the blue line. Moves it to Cahoon. They are really buzzing here in the offensive end. There's the whistle. We get a face-off after the goalie covers up.
Wow, James, I mean, not everyone can elicit a thunderous hit like that. I mean, he just clobbered his opponent.
Switzerland's put up a lot of shots and so far plenty of scoring chances, and yet they still trail here in the second. Can they take advantage after winning that draw? That one's off the blocker. Here's a pass down low. And that caroms off a body in the lane. And he takes the pass. Passes it over. Fires it on net. Oh, he had that corner, but he puts it off the outside of the post.
Team Switzerland's players are frustrated. They know that you don't get the great looks all the time in a game, and they also know how close this one is. They have to find a way to stay confident, continue with the game plan as they press towards the offensive zone.
And that's intercepted in the defensive end.
Sometimes when you're losing, a coach will give you a little more leeway to get things done offensively. You start to take some risks, but this one doesn't work out in their favor.
Looking to set up offensively. Moves the pass in front. Off the stick, and they can't complete the play. There's the whistle as the puck is frozen up. Switzerland's goal scorers need to find a way to finish on some of these chances as they continue to trail here late in this middle frame. Back to the point, they set it up. Gives them nothing in front. Moves it to Cahoon. Slides the puck over. Quick feed to Riot. And now it's to Fiala. Looks to get the puck over to Bernie. Works it across to Riot. Switzerland's in now. Quick shot! And there's a great save by Grubauer. Oh, they telegraphed the pass, and he puts it off. Here they come down the right side and on the attack. Sends it across the ice. Fialo stick handling in his own zone. Puck is frozen, and we'll get a face-off. Play set to resume with the face-off ready to go. And momentum on their side as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Loose puck, and they're off to the races. Grabs it in his own end. Moves it quickly over to Szymanski. Team Germany's across the blue line. Here's a shot. Oh, he steps up with the glove to stop that one. Germany's won the draw. Puck leaves the zone on a bad pass, and they'll be forced to regroup. Switzerland's got the puck. He grabs the puck here at the point. Quick shot. Turns it aside with the glove. Goaltender covers up, and we'll get a face-off. Switzerland's had the shots tonight, but they cannot find that finish here late in the second period. Team Germany's got it in the defensive zone. Germany's got a hold of the puck. Team Switzerland's got it in the neutral zone. Switzerland's got the puck against the boards. Oh, what a save in front. Scrum ensues along the boards. Germany's got a hold of the puck now. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. whistle as the puck stopper elects to hang on. Officials have got both teams ready, and it looks like play is set to resume here. And they win the face-off and set up to go on the attack. With the steal. Team Switzerland's got control of it now from their own end. And the save. Good battle along the boards for the puck. Tries to feed it over to Sider. Here's a shot. Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one.
The key to being a great goaltender is not giving up second shot opportunities, and it's playing the rebounds to the corner. He does an excellent job here.
Germany's got the puck in the defensive end. Team Germany's in transition. Shot! Comes up with the stop. Germany's got the puck along the boards. Here's the shot. Gets a piece of it to keep it out. Team Switzerland's got it in their own zone. And that goes off the body. With the stop. Second period nearly into its final minute here. Enters the offensive zone from the left. Quick shot. Stick save and a beaut by Grubauer.
He not only wins his foot race, but he also wins the strength battle on the puck here, James. The way he shields, he just powers it right to the net.
Kukin's taking it from his own end. Quick pass to Andrighetto. Odd man rush. Switzerland's going to play the puck from behind the cage. Hammers a shot. Oh, he scoops that one. That was served up with a whole lot of spice. Sends a pass over. Team Germany's got the puck in the corner. And just like that, from out of nowhere, comes up with the puck. They gain the offensive zone from the middle. Here's a short pass to Andrighetto. Oh, one of his teammates is right in the shooting lane there. Takes a shot, and one last save. Oh, there you go. We played 40 minutes. Final chance for the coaches to push their messages home, and we'll see the third period coming up in just a matter of moments.
Hey fans, great tickets are still available to our next home game. Please visit the box office and get them while they last.
Third period coming up for both teams, and we're ready to go. Here we go. We're underway in the third. Everybody having fun getting in on the offensive action. All right, partner, what's your take on what you've seen here tonight?
Switzerland's trailing in the game here in the third period, James, but it hasn't been for a lack of effort or not buying into the game plan. I feel like they've been urgent. They've been skating well. Well, nothing like switching momentum and putting your opponent on their heels and getting two in a row, back-to-back. Here they come. I just love watching him play. I mean, if you're playing alongside him, all you have to do is get open, keep your stick on the ice, and often it's just your stick. Your body can be taken, but he'll find the open ice if there's any.
Team Germany's performance tonight still showing no signs of let-up here in this third period.
Well, they've had such an impressive performance, James. It's been dominant in all areas of the ice, and there's been no lag or no let-up. The message has been clear by the coaching staff as well as everyone on the bench. Keep pushing.
There's the whistle. We'll get a reset after the net was knocked off.
Seider's been showing the different layers to his game with a multiple-point night here, James. Just knowing how to distribute, just having an uncanny sense of where the puck is and where it's going to be, and that's anticipation. When you have that kind of ability, you know you're going to put up some decent numbers.
Team Switzerland's played well tonight, but they still trail here early in this third period despite leading in the shot department. And they take possession off the draw here in their own end. And that's off a stick. Moves it to Heischer. A shot. Scores! A little sign of life here on the ice as they try to get back into it.
Yeah, a little bit of a momentum swing right here, and now they've got to layer it, which means they've got to have that next shift where they attack and have the mindset to drive the net.
Let's see if it's sustainable now.
I thought that he should have this puck here, James. I think he does as well. There's one player net front, and yeah, creating a screen, but he's got to out-battle that player one-on-one, find a way to track that puck.
Switzerland's got to dig down and see if they've got a couple more of those on their sticks tonight.
If only they could start that way, hey, James?
No
but they
kidding.
need to look to finish with desperation and urgency if they want to give themselves an opportunity to even get their tender out.
Coughs it up on the play. Team Switzerland's going on the attack as they gain the zone. Puck scooped up by Riak. Off his stick. Stones him on the play. Up the neutral zone now. Slides it across. Fantastic save. And now it's over to Riot. Oh, and a good heads-up defensive play. Germany's got the puck against the half wall. Denied by the goaltender. Makes the save again. Taken along the wall by Kukin. And the puck's booted away. Can't get a hold of that pass. Quick feed to Siegenthaler. Switzerland's in on the offensive attack now. Dishes it off. And that goes off a player. And he takes the feed. Germany's got the puck along the wall. Slides it diagonally to Wagner. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Moves it quickly over to Knack. Cut into the front of the net. Oh, he got all of that. What a save by Grubauer. Switzerland's had a lot of good looks on goal, but they still trail early in the third. The frozen biscuits dropped, and we are back underway here. Gets a hold of the puck from the right side. To his teammate. Stones him in front.
This is a really nice save, James. I mean, the shooter's in the middle of the ice. He's in the slot area. He's got to get to the top of the crease, square to the puck to be able to make that save. Great job.
Cuts to the front. There's a shot. Denies him on the play. Puck picked up by Reichel. Team Germany's looking to break out. Along the half wall with the puck. Grabs it in his own end. Moves the puck. Knack's got it in the defensive end. Here's a chance. Denies the clapper. Gets a hold of the puck here in his own end. Germany's got it now. Sets it neutral zone by Andrighetto. Puts it on net. Denies him on the slobber. Picked up along the boards by Knapp. Germany's got the puck along the wall. Taken by Knapp. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Germany's got possession of the puck. Off the wall and right to the stick. Nice play. Dumps it in. Team Switzerland's got the puck. Germany's gained possession along the boards. Puck is frozen, and we get a stoppage in play. Team Switzerland's had a lot of shots on goal, but they're going to need to finish in order to get back into this one here in the third. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. And a solid save there as we play on. Feeds it over. And that was stopped. Germany's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Picked up along the wall by Sider. Team Germany's got a hold of the puck. Tried to get too cute with it and loses possession.
Cahoon's got a lot of flash to his game, in particular with his hands and the ability to manipulate his opponent, but he gets caught on that one and the puck dies on the stick.
Takes the feed. Team Switzerland's got possession here in the neutral zone. Team Germany's got a hold of it against the wall. Oh, and he cracks it perfectly in the offensive end. Playing big in the moment there.
Sometimes goaltenders just make it look easy, James, and look at how big he makes himself in the net as he's...
They score! And just like that, they're back within one.
Oh, the temperature can change within a game so fast, James, because now they've applied pressure to their opponent. You can certainly see that that bench is elevated. Just a fabulous goal, James, with a lot of elements woven into it. I mean, he's stumbling, so he almost falls, but he's able to get a shot off just in time. He's able to hold himself up and get that shot off. His hands away from his body, not in the greatest position, but he manages to find the back of the net.
Team Switzerland's goal has suddenly tightened the gap here in period number 3.
Well, they're within one, James, and it's not enough right now, so they're going to have to continue to counter, transition quickly, but most importantly, retrieve the puck. That is critical to be able to possess it. Well, working hard, sticking to the game plan with good habits, and they're back to evens. I hear coaches preaching all the time, take away the eyes of the goaltender. What does that mean? It means you get yourself in front of that net, whether it's a double stack, a double screen, whatever you can do so that the goaltender can't find the puck. And he couldn't. As he drops to that butterfly, he tries to make himself as big as possible, but he can't catch up to the puck.
Both teams are set. We'll drop the puck here. Puck is dropped, and we are back underway. Beautiful feed up ahead from the right wing side. Szymanski's got it against the boards. Puts it on net, and he comes up with the glove save.
Any coach or player will tell you that you just need your goaltender to make a big save at the right time. It's not always about the quantity, but it is the quality. Kind of reset the temperature in the game. And I think he's doing a fantastic job of anticipating, cutting down his angles, and really challenging at the top of his crease.
Team Germany's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. Gains the zone along the right wall. Oh, hello. Comes up with the puck with a quick steal. Nice flick of the stick. Big time stop there.
This is a fantastic save, James. He's all over it. What I mean by that is he knows exactly where it is and where it's moving. The reason why he can get square to it and make the save.
We got a whistle as the puck's frozen. Team Switzerland's won the face-off deep in their own end. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Angles it over to Knack. Grubauer's going to make the smart decision and hang on for a much-needed whistle here.
Well, there's so much urgency in this game at both ends because it is a nail-biter, and he has been outstanding between the pipes. I mean, making the saves, critical, timely saves. But guess what? This is a great decision to just hold on to this puck, slow things down, give everyone a breather.
Oh, and a great hit up play to force the turnover by Andrighetto. They go on the attack through center. Team Switzerland's got the puck in their own end. Goaltender covers up. We got a stoppage in play. Centers glide into the dot as the face-off ready to resume play. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Team Switzerland's moving it into the offensive end. Shot! Too much traffic in the lane. Germany's got a hold of it along the wall. Picks up the puck in his own end. Germany's got it along the wall. And he's ridden off the puck. Fires it and makes the save. Knocks the puck loose after a solid hit. And some good footwork to kick it away. Team Germany's got the puck. Through the neutral zone, it goes to the middle. Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. With possession along the wall. They score! And the deadlock is broken as they take the lead.
Well, that's a huge shift. You can see everyone standing up on the bench. They know how much it means, but it's the next shift that matters most now, James. You want to kind of push and put pressure on your opponent when they're down. Well, this is a really smart shot through traffic, James. Your recognition of the net front presence and screen, and the goalie drops to the butterfly position, really tries to make himself as big as possible, hoping that the puck just hits him because he can't see it.
Team Switzerland's got the lead here in this third period, but Cheryl, I can't imagine they're going to sit back with this lead now.
Well, they can't get complacent, that's for sure. I mean, this has been too tight of a game with an opponent that's going to be chomping at the bit now with sense of urgency. They got to manage the puck like they've done all game. They got to drive the lanes, but most importantly, they got to be defensively responsible.
Big stop by the keeper. Goaltender covers it up. We get a whistle to slow things down. Team Switzerland's been total non-stop action on the offensive end, and they continue to lead in the third. Malgin's won the draw. Hammers one. Oh, and he's got it tonight. What a save on that one. Here's a chance in front. Misses the net. Team Switzerland's got a hold of the puck now. Saxton here on the slot. Back-to-back saves there. Goaltender hangs on for the whistle. Face-off coming up here in the attacking zone.
Well, they'll want to put their foot on the gas pedal here, sensing that the goaltender's overworked right now, and let's face it, he can't change.
Slides it back to the blue line. No room for that one to get through. Team Germany's got the puck along the boards. From the left side into the middle of the neutral zone. Takes a shot. Oh, puts it wide. Oh, no, he'll want that one back.
Well, you can see the frustration right there. I think there was a sense of urgency, but he had more time than he thought.
And both centers glide into the dot as a face-off set to resume. Nice start winning the draw here inside the offensive zone. Lets it go! And the goalie covers up for the whistle. And they win the draw on their own end. And he takes the dish. Switzerland's playing it through center. Way too much congestion blocks that. Big time stop there. Switzerland's got the puck along the wall. Plays out to block the Germany's carrying it ahead. Takes a shot. And the goaltender comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net. Pokes it away in his own end. And down he goes as the puck goes free. Quick pass to Hischer. Takes the puck. Pass back to the point. Glove save. In front and a stoppage on the play as the goaltender covers things up. Team Switzerland's been the better team tonight. They have turned good defense into solid offense, and they lead here in the third. Switzerland's won the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it. Takes the pass. Here they come on the attack. Battle along the boards. Germany's got the puck behind the net. Gaining momentum along the wing. Back to the blue line. Good heads-up play in the defensive zone. Can hang on to the puck after taking a knock. Nice zone entry on the left side. Sends it over. Turned aside with a glove by Grubauer.
Let's have a look at that last hit. I mean, that was absolutely huge, James. You know that this is a momentum changer. You can see the bench erupt with that one.
Some last-second communication before both teams get ready to drop the puck here. Team Switzerland's got it, and they're on the attack. Team Germany's got control of it now from their own end. Dumps it into the O-zone. Team Switzerland's got possession of the puck. Carries it across the line. Germany's gained possession along the boards. And they'll go on the attack. Great pressure by Siegenthaler. Grabs control of it at the point. Nice poke check. No quarter given here as they battle for the loose puck along the boards. Nice connection on cross-ice pass. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Here's a pass in front. Breaks it off the post. And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. Team Switzerland's been going in one direction all night long, and that's to the net, and they lead it in this third. Switzerland's won the faceoff. Loses the coverage there. Puck grab by Siegenthaler. Quick pass across to Kukin. And he gets up quick enough to keep it out. Switzerland's got a hold of it against the wall. Takes that pass back to the point. Team Germany's moving the puck through center ice. Passes it over. Turned aside with a glove.
Well, this is just a great save from the slot area. I mean, he recognizes where that puck's going. He gives the top of the net, but he takes it away.
Team Germany's got the puck inside the offensive zone. Denies him. He got all of it. And they continue to fight for that puck along the wall. And he can't hang on after that hit. Looking to set up offensively. Team Germany's got the puck. Sends it out in front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. Switzerland's got a hold of it along the wall. Change is coming up front as they send the puck in. Team Germany's got the puck inside the defensive zone.
Well, this game is wild, James. End-to-end action. Let's just forget the defense, shall we, and just go with the goal calls.
Pushes it across, just shoots. That's moved up ahead. Fires it on net and makes the save. Brady's got the puck in his own zone. Receives the pass. Switzerland's got it across the line. Quick shot. Oh, it stays out. He's got a piece of that one. Pushes out front. And that's intercepted. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Reichel. Germany's playing it from the side. Team Switzerland's got the puck. Switzerland's moving it up the ice. Germany's got the puck in their own end. Looking for space inside the D zone. And he takes the feed. Here's a shot, and that's blocked away. Germany's got control of it. Scoops up the puck and he's in on the breakaway.
After that huge hit, he is just struggling to get off of the ice, James, and the body language says it all as he's all hunched over. You know that the medical staff, well, they'll meet him on the bench.
Slides it across. Rips it and rips it. Standing tall with the save. Works it across to Fiala. Here we go. On-man rush here. Cuts to the paint. Deuces wild as that's his second of the game.
Well, he's got 2 tallies on the score sheet, James, but I love this game off the puck as well. I think that he's had a hard nose on the forecheck. He's hounded it, he's hunted it, and guess what? He's been rewarded for his efforts. I really like this shot, James. It's about accuracy when you recognize there's a screen net from the goaltender. He's down in the butterfly trying to make himself as big as possible. Not big enough for that shot.
Team Switzerland's extended the lead to 2 goals now in this third period.
Oh, yeah, and it certainly changes the mindset. I think everyone can exhale with that 2-goal cushion now. But it's also about staying aggressive. Listen, if you have the puck, your opponent doesn't, and they can't be a threat.
Passes over to Reichel. Switzerland's got a hold of the puck now. Into the offensive zone. Looks to set up at the point now. Reads it perfectly, breaking up the play. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Knocks the puck loose. Takes the feed. Slides the puck over to Meyer. Team Germany's got possession of the puck. They're looking to make something happen through the neutral zone now. Team Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. Tries to get the puck over to Meyer. From the left side, they enter the attacking zone. Germany's got the puck along the boards.
Not trying to take your job, James, but I have to mention that big hit. Wow, that was a ringer.
There's the whistle, and here's the call.
Well, the officials aren't going to let this go on, James. There's going to be coincidental calls here. No harm, no foul, though. Both of them are going to the box.
Back to the face-off circle. They'll send the man advantage unit out again. Szymanski's won the draw in his own end. Now let's see if they can clear it. Germany's got it into the offensive zone. Takes it to the front. Oh, and he just gets a piece of it to keep it out. And now it's grabbed by Siegenthaler. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Andrighetto. Coughs it up in the neutral zone. Takes the feed at the point. Switzerland's regained possession of the puck. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. Missed the net, tried to tuck it in the corner there.
You can see that he was looking in and around the post, James, and sometimes when you're trying to put it in, that's exactly what happens. He just misses, but a miss is a miss.
Shot! Oh, read it perfectly. What a save! And it's kicked away. From the right side, takes the pass. Moves it to the offensive zone. Germany's got the puck along the wall. With some open space at center. Oh, he'll feel that one. Switzerland's got control of it now from their own end. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Andrighetto. Denied by Grubauer.
As a defender, you love when your goaltender has this kind of rebound control. Makes your life so much easier.
Here's a short pass to Suber. Germany's got it in their own zone. Here's a shot. Kicked away. A nice pad save by the goaltender. looking to break out. Tries to feed it across. On the attack along the boards. Handles the puck at the point. With the one-timer. Turns him away. From the boards, he takes that pass. Takes the shot. Here's an opportunity. Stopped by the goaltender. Grabbed along the board by Suber. Great stretch pass as he connects. Here's a chance. And makes the routine save. Takes the feed at center and moves up ahead. Handles the puck. Team Switzerland's looking to break out of their own end. And he dodges the poke check there. Germany's gained possession along the boards. Can't maintain possession. Team Switzerland's got possession here in the offensive zone. And he rings the post.
Switzerland's players are starting to squeeze their sticks a little bit tight here, James. They continually hit the post. Listen, the good part is they're still in the lead, so they've got to free themselves up a little bit and find the netting.
Team Switzerland's got the puck. And all alone on the breakaway. Turns it away. What a save right there. Not a moment too soon.
Well, in the shoot part, right? I mean, it's a close game, James. You get a timely save to give you some much-needed energy. Now you go from a position where sort of you're under siege, you're under fire, to now looking to recover the puck. You got to look at it in two parts right now, and the goaltender doing everything he can to keep the puck out.
There's an injection of energy with that hit. Oh, he gets a blocker on it. What a stop by Grubauer. Great read by Fiala. Stopped by the goaltender. And a great save.
Well, you know that he's a fierce competitor, and he battled to make consecutive saves there, James.
Throws around the poke check. Grubauer's opted to hang on to the puck for a face-off.
Let's have a look at that last save again. It was absolutely incredible. You're under pressure, you're under attack, really under siege, and you find a way to get to the puck. This is the stuff that champions are made of.
A big face-off here inside the offensive end. Off the face-off, they take the puck. Slides the puck to Schutz. Great reach with the poke check by Siegenthaler. Team Germany's got possession of the puck. Takes it at center. Team Switzerland's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Taken by Fiala. Look out, here they come on the attack. Off the club and makes the save. Schutz works the puck in his own zone. Dishes it off. Germany's got the puck now. Looking dangerous as they move along the boards. Feeds it over. Makes the save, but barely with that one. Moves it to Kukin. Slides it across to Riot. Nice zone entry from the middle. Puts it on the arm. And he shuts the door on that. Quick feed to Schutz. Handles the pass. Team Germany's ready to go on the attack. Moves it quickly over to Schutz. And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play. Team Switzerland's coaches have to be impressed from what they're seeing from their players tonight. All sorts of scoring chances, and they lead late in the third. And with the centers tied up, he swoops in to take possession.
Meyer's not going to be able to get away from the bruise and the chance every time he touches the puck, all because of that play earlier where he hurt their player.
Pass to Swarovski. Oh, comes up with a stop. Slides the puck down low. Here's a blast. Redirected off the stick. Wow, they really got them hooked into here in their own zone. And it's a one-goal game after that Germany's got to be feeling confident now, getting that one back, Cheryl.
And it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, James. They've held the lead and they've given up one. Now they're within one goal, which means it's striking distance in the third period. As a defender, you know when they're coming, and they got to win this faceoff and dictate the pace.
Shot! Oh, how did he get a glove on that? What a stop by Grubauer.
Well, the shooter's in a coveted spot on the ice, right in the middle of it with a good look, and he makes an incredible save by getting square to the puck and turning it aside.
Both centers ready to take the draw here coming up. Team Switzerland's won the draw inside the offensive zone. Now let's see what they can do with it. Team Germany's got the puck in the defensive end. They've got some momentum here. And now it's turned away. Lets it fly. Nothing doing.
Now they're still in this game, and you can't allow those opportunities to slip away, James. And when it's on your stick, you have to at least hit the net to create some momentum.
Puck scooped up by Andrighetto. Gives him a jolt with that hit. From the point, looks to make something happen. Moves around on the half wall. Oh, it's denied by Grubauer. Passes up ahead from the left wing. Great defensive play to come up with the puck. Oh, great move to sidestep the check.
Well, a smart play at the right time. He kind of looks over his shoulder, looks up at the clock, recognizes the time on there. That's a smart play. Puts a dump in just to kill those valuable seconds.
Fires it, and it's stopped by the glove. Nice play there. There's the whistle as the goalie hangs on. That is a lonely cage at the other end of the ice here, Cheryl.
Well, it certainly is, and an extra attacker on the ice. Possession is critical. Got to win this faceoff.
Team Switzerland's taking possession in their own end. Siegenthaler's taking it from his own end. A shot into the yawning cage. Misses the net. Oh, what a chance. It puts it off the post.
With a little bit of time here, and he just over-rotates and winds up putting it off the post. He's shaking his head and missing the empty net.
And there's the final horn, putting a bow on this one here this evening. Well, after an absolute volcanic eruption in the first offensively, it kind of settled down here, Cheryl, more to your style, I would say, right?
Yeah,
as a defender.
As a defender, it became more defensively structured, and I bet that the coaches had something to say about that, but certainly not as much fun for us, not as entertaining as the high-flying octane offense in the first period.
Hope you had as much fun as we did bringing you the action here from all of us at EA Sports. I'm James Cebulski. Peace.